Hi, my name is Dan, and today I'm going to explain to you how you can make your own affordable streaming backpack. The main piece of the whole setup will be the Webcaster X2 from Epiphan Video, and that's going to be the part that encodes the signal from your camera, from your GoPro or Sony Action Cam or any other camera that is compatible into the internet. The Webcaster can transmit also to YouTube and other services, but today I'm just gonna cover Twitch. So if you're a Twitch streamer, everything should work. So you will need 4 different components for the backpack, including the backpack as a 5th component. It can be a very small backpack because the setup is pretty light in its basic form. So first you will need the Webcaster X2 from Epiphan Video. Secondly, you will need a power bank. You will need an action camera. And you will also need a phone that works as a hotspot. And, having a good microphone doesn't hurt. So that's 6 parts. So how it works is this. You connect your camera to the battery and to the Webcaster with an HDMI cable. The cable has to be an HDMI micro to HDMI cable. If it is a GoPro camera, if you are using any other camera, you will have to figure that out on your own. So the setup is the following. Your camera will have to be connected to the power bank and to the Webcaster. The Webcaster will also have to be connected to the power bank to get its power and to the web camera to get the camera signal. It also has to be connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot, which can be your Wi-Fi at home. It can be your phone's Wi-Fi. You can also connect it with an Ethernet cable if you're not doing a mobile stream. You need to make sure you get the correct cable. You don't have too much voltage on them. They can damage and destroy your Webcaster, and they can damage your camera's batteries. So before plugging in anything that just fits, make sure you have the correct cables. In my case, I have a GoPro Hero 6 Black, and that camera has an HDMI micro and an USB-C plug or socket. To the USB socket, I connected an adapter that I got from GoPro themselves, which allows for a microphone input. To the microphone input adapter, I have connected a Rode Lav microphone, which is a noise canceling microphone. It cancels background noises and makes the foreground, the noises that are close to the microphone, much clearer and louder. The Webcaster has to be connected to the power bank at all times. It doesn't have a battery, so it needs to have constant power. You will have to get the correct cable. Do not get a cable that has too much voltage on it. So the downside on the Webcaster is that to set it up, it works like a small computer. You will need a monitor and you will need a mouse, and you can plug both into the Webcaster, and then you can set up your Twitch account. You can set up your preferences, the streaming resolution, the bitrate, and all that. On the fly, you cannot do it. What you can do, you can make it connect and stream as soon as it's powered up and has a Wi-Fi signal, which is what I have. So what I do when I stream outside is when I want to start the stream, I plug the Webcaster into the USB power bank. Then it starts up, connects to the Wi-Fi signal of my phone, and then starts streaming to Twitch with my setup, which is very easy. There's nothing you have to do. You just have to plug it in once you set it up, and then it will start streaming outside. The Webcaster only uses one source, one signal. It's not like the Live View where it uses 4 different modems with 4 SIMs and then connects them to the best signal. It just uses one. For instance, your phone's hotspot or some other Wi-Fi signal, whichever you choose. I don't know whether or not you can change the signal on the fly, but I think it's best if you stick with a stable one. For instance, your phone's hotspot. Then you might want to have a spare USB slot on your power bank in case you need to charge your phone on the fly. I recommend using a power bank which has at least about 20,000 mega ampere per hour, which is mAh. According to my calculations, I haven't used it up completely yet. You should be able to stream around 6 hours, maybe more, maybe less. It depends on how much electricity your phone uses as well, if you have the correct cable. As a backpack, I recommend a light backpack. It can even be much smaller than the one I'm using because you're literally carrying very, very little. So the Webcaster can get pretty hot, and you want to make sure that your backpack has like a little pocket on the outside that is ventilated, where if it's really hot outside, you want to have your Webcaster outside, not in the sun, but not in the backpack closed. It might get too hot, it might shut down, it might take damage. The Webcaster has currently an alpha feature for a variable bitrate, which is what I am using. It will change the bitrate according to the current signal strength, and it will make the picture look better. It will not disconnect, and nothing is required to use the service. You don't have to do any additional payments like Live View. So this setup doesn't require any additional running costs other than having your internet covered. If you're streaming with the Webcaster, to my knowledge, you cannot use an overlay, which might be a downside for some people, but it's also nice to have a clean picture outside without all the little thingies blocking the nice views that you want to show people. You might want to get a little clamp for your camera. In the case of the GoPro, there's various equipment available. You can have like a little head strap to attach the camera. You can have a harness to attach the camera in the middle. I also recommend bringing a tripod with you, which is compatible to the camera, of course. So you can do the tripod stream. You just will have to be mindful of the cables and not to dislodge them. What I really have to recommend before you buy a Webcaster, find a place where you can rent one, rent it for a day. Make sure that you have the correct cables before you rent it, that you have a camera, that you have a hotspot signal and a battery available. And then just rent it for a day, see if it actually works. And this concludes my little tutorial on how to build an affordable streaming backpack using a camera and having a high quality mobile stream without having to spend thousands of dollars and without having any upkeep except for just your mobile plans. It will have to be an unlimited plan if you stream, but those will be the only running costs that you have. If you have any further questions, please just ask them below. Don't forget to like the video. It means a lot to me. Maybe even subscribe, even though I do rarely post YouTube videos, but who knows, maybe it changes. Or even better, come visit me when I'm live on Twitch TV/Dan Linden. I will always be happy for an active chat, and I will gladly answer your questions, and you can see for yourself what the end result is of my setup.